real quick video I said I was going to do about utilization of credit card reward system to pay you an income. So that is using your credit card and basically getting cash back from your credit card for all your purchases. Now this, I'm going to say from the outset, this requires a lot of discipline to put into use. So if you're not responsible with credit cards, if you've had bad problems with credit cards in the past, I would maybe not look at this. But if you consider yourself a responsible person and you can manage your spending on your credit card without it getting out of control, I'm just going to show you this system that a lot of people probably don't know exists. So similar to, say, a flyby system or a travel reward system you would get with an airline or something like that, what a lot of these credit card companies allow you to do is they allow you to get cash back Visa debit cards by how much money you spend. Now, I'm just looking up on creditcard.com.au as one website which compares all the reward system and things like this. So just look up the cards and see the limits, see what's available. It's a good idea with credit cards to diversify between banks. If you've got multiple credit cards, you don't want those two credit cards, like if you in the future you run into some kind of financial problem, ideally you want two credit cards with two completely different financial institutions. Now those financial institutions, you generally have to read the fine print at the bottom of the credit card or on the website, and it will tell you that, say, Citigroup, they do a lot of credit cards for other banks. Like, I'm not saying ANZ, I'm saying Citigroup in general. They do credit cards for many other banks, which are then rebranded as a Qantas card, for instance, or St. George or whatever. Bottom line, if you're responsible, if you consider yourself responsible with a credit card, this is a way that you can get free money for spending money as you normally would every day of the week. Now, the way it works is this. So for every 1 point, now this is capped at 10,000, this particular card here, 1 point is capped at 10,000 domestic spend. You get points, you get cash back. So 2 points capped at 5,000. Basically, a lot of these credit cards, not all of them, a lot of them, will allow you to go into the system, check your balance, and then you will be able to get a Visa debit card to the value of $25, $50, $100, $200, $250, $500 sent to you as a Visa debit card, which is like one of those scratch cards that you buy at Woolworths, which is a cash card, as a rewards point. So, or you can pay it straight off your balance. But so the way to make it work is, say for instance, you go into Woolworths, you spend $200 on groceries, you pay for that with your credit card. Now, as you're walking out of Woolworths, and I can't stress this enough, as you're walking out of Woolworths, you're paying the money off the credit card 2 minutes after you've actually spent the money on the credit card. So what this is doing, it's called cycling your credit card. So what you're doing is you're cycling these reward points. So they literally do not care. Well, they do. I'll tell you a story about that as well. But literally all they want to do is a thing called credit utilization. So they will watch you circulate these points. You spend 200, you pay 200. You spend 400, you pay 400. The idea is to pay the card off straight away. Now they have 30-day, 50-day, whatever days interest free. They're all different. They all have annual fees. You've got to take that into account. But if you just use it for your everyday spending and you just spend what you normally would. Now, I'm not including cash advances. Cash advances, you're paying interest instantly on that cash advance, and there's probably a fee associated with that. So what I'm trying to tell you is a way to pull free money out of your credit card. I said I would do that in a previous video, so that's what that is. So say you go to Woolworths, you spend $200. As you walk out of Woolworths, you stop with your trolley, you log into your phone, and you pay that $200 or even like $202 so you're in front straight off your credit card. So it might hit the account a day later. The way things are at the moment, it's sometimes an instant transfer, and then that balance is sitting at zero all the time, but you are accumulating these reward points because you're cycling your credit card. So it's called cycling your credit card. It's a way to get free money out of your credit card. Now, I'll give you an example, a bad example where this bit me in the arse is because I have to do sometimes large rounds of financing at a time, which is generally mortgages, and I go through stages where I might have a credit card, then I might not, then I might have a credit card again, and usually the bank, because of the level of debt that I'm talking about, they will say we need you to either cut that balance way down or just pay it off. Now, I had an issue with my credit card because they actually didn't make any money out of me, and they ended up paying me so much money in rewards. I closed out that credit card, and I had that letter from the bank saying, your credit card has been paid out, this is you no longer have this account. And then 3 months later, they decided to add on $22 interest or something onto my credit card, which was closed 3 months earlier, which I had the letter showing that. Now, a really weird scenario. It was almost like a kick in the teeth, like they were dirty, they didn't make any money. They actually marked my credit. I actually had to go to Avita or whoever the body was to do it. It took about 4 months in total for me to fix this. Now, I'd done nothing wrong. I had got a payout figure. I'd paid that credit card out. I got a letter from the bank saying the account was closed. And then 3 months down the track, they decided I owed them $24, and I literally ignored it because I knew I had the letter, I closed the account, I did everything right, but still they did the wrong thing. It had to go to the ombudsman, it had to go to the Vita people, the credit reporting people. Little bit of a hiccup, not a reason not to do it. It's just be aware of that you can do these things if you're smart about it. But if you find yourself you're not paying your balance out straight away, if you're paying it out like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, letting a bit of interest start to accumulate, when you start to do that, then maybe look to just get rid of the credit card entirely and not use it. So what I'm trying to teach you to do is to utilize your credit available credit balance and cycle your credit card with your daily purchases. So these are purchases you're going to get buying fuel, your phone plan. Anything you do with your credit card is going to give you points towards your Visa debit. It's usually Visa debit cards or Coles Myer cards or whatever. Now, the reason it's better than a flyby system is the flyby has a similar system as well, but it's limited in where you can get the benefits from that thing. Whereas a Visa debit card, it's literally any ATM terminal you are spending money, you're accumulating these points and potentially getting these Visa debit cards sent. I was getting at times $300 to $500 a month sent to me in Visa debit cards. So we gave them the shits in the end. But I'm just trying to teach you a way of cycling credit, using credit responsibly. Now, again, this is you have to be very, very responsible with this. Very easy for credit card companies. Once they see you do this, it won't take long. You'll start to get letters in the mail. We'd like to give you a $5,000 to $10,000 increase. We'd like to give you a $10,000 to $20,000 increase, and you just basically tick yes, send it back, and they give it to you. So, in my view, I would keep the balance low and use it simply for cycling the reward points and the credit and just getting those Visa debit cards sent to you in cash. Now, what you do with it, you can do whatever you want with that cash. The idea is you have a credit card with an available credit limit with basically no balance on it all the time. And then you still have your cash using for everyday things. The other thing it does as well is it gives you insurance on purchases, which a lot of people don't know that. A lot of purchases you make online, you get complimentary insurance cover. And there's other benefits as well. But go to this website. This is just one website, creditcard.com.au, and just look at all the different benefits you get with your credit cards. Now, there's currently 2 credit reporting bodies in Australia. There's Experian and what's the other one? Experian, and I've forgotten the name of the other one. There's two credit reporting bodies. Now you can check your credit on a website called Wiser, WISR. If you Google Wiser, and that will give you both your credit files online. You can check yourself. Anything over about a 700, 750 is starting to be good. So you can use the Wiser website and you can check your credit on there. But this is just a useful way that you can use a credit card to basically print free money. I said in another video, free money is possible. This is one way you can do it. Now, keep it really sensible. I would recommend this stuff only if you're extremely, extremely responsible with using credit card debt specifically, because this is the debt that gets people into real trouble. But if you manage it well, and if, as I said, if you walk into Woolworths, you walk out, you pay for your groceries, the minute you walk out of Woolworths, you transfer $200 to your credit card. Your credit card has a zero balance the next day. There's no interest charged, but you're accumulating those reward points, and you're then getting those Visa debit cards or MasterCards or whatever they are sent to you. Anyway, that's the crux of the video. I just thought I'd put it out there. A lot of people don't know you can do these things, but this is basically free money from credit cards. Look into it yourself. Be very sensible with it, and if you've got a bad history with credit cards, I'd probably stay well away from it, or have a very, very low balance and start with a very low balance and maybe work up to $5,000 and maybe no more than $5,000. Have the cash there to pay it out at any given time as well. So if you do decide to go a week or two and not make a payment, have the cash there to clear the credit card. Credit cards are what kills people in the long term. Credit cards, personal loans, that sort of thing. It's all like afterpay, or afterpay is not so bad because it's over a small period of time, but it's all these little interest-free payments, credit cards, personal loans. That's all the shit that kills people's finance. It's not mortgages. Mortgages are actually one of the least things that kills people's finances. So anyway, I hope that's been helpful. Try that website. There's 1,000 other websites you can look at to do this and see how you go. But it's a way you can earn basically free Visa debit card, free money from cycling your credit card purchases, paying them off daily. It's free money basically. Anyway, cheers. Thanks for watching.